Hi everyone, this is the 2018 Lego City passenger train set number 60197, and I'm going to be running through the design, the features, show you it running on my track and let you know what I think of it in my review here. So we'll start off with the design of the train itself. It's been met with quite mixed feelings from the community. A lot of the places I've gone, people either have really strong love for the way this looks or just like, really against it. I'm not sure why. Personally, I think this looks a lot better than the previous white high-speed train. The last two, in fact, I thought they were really boring trains personally. This one has a whole heap of character. It's definitely European inspired. There's a bit of the sort of English style intercity there. There's a bit of the Eurostar. I think the grey, blue and orange design that Lego has used on this is very strong, I think this really suits a passenger train personally. You can see from the off as well that this is the first time they've done two carriages and not two locomotive units. Now obviously conveniently that's to try and encourage people to go and buy another train. I actually have no problem with this. I think what they've done is very smart. I think you get a better train and better value because they've done that. There's a lot more going on here. It's less crammed into that middle one carriage that you had previously. So I think that was a good design decision on Lego's part. Personally, I will be buying a second one of these in the next lot of sales. I will probably ditch one carriage, so I'll have a five long train and use that one to build another carriage for my cargo trains. But that's aside. I think it looks strong personally. I like the way the little platform's been done here as well. I like the way the sign's been done. So we'll get into that in a bit more detail in a minute. This is also the first time Lego has used the Bluetooth controller system in the trains. This is a welcome upgrade from the old IR system for me, because I kept losing sight with the IR system, whereas this Bluetooth one is much more efficient in that respect. It can get through most things, and it's a lower power system as far as I know, in terms of the controller unit especially. So I think that was a good one. But you also have one more advantage, which is you can use your phone to control this, which I'll show you again in a minute when I have this running on my city track. So first up, let's look at the trackside buildings that come with this set. Now the platform you can see is a bit bigger than the one that came in the previous train. It has this nice, rather fetching sign on it, and I'll do you a close-up of this. I do really like this sticker that is included with it. Let's see if my camera will go close enough here. Look at that. I do like the I do think that sticker is really nice looking little sticker. It doesn't tell you too much, to be perfectly honest, but I just think it's a nicely printed one, and it comes out really well on the platform sign. So I do like that one. This is a very solid little platform. I was quite amazed by how much went into building this. Let's see if you can get enough detail on that. Yeah, a couple of quite robust pieces have gone into making that. So that's going to survive a lot of punishment. And then you get this little trackside light as well, which I do like the way it is done with the white behind it. Just makes it really pop. So I'm actually going to borrow that idea for the lights on my city track. But in terms of the buildings that come with it, that's what you get. One thing that was missing from the passenger train of the last one was a crossing across the tracks. I did like that it came with that one, so I'm a bit sad to not see that in this one, but it is what it is. That's what Lego's decided. So first up is the locomotive unit. I think this is a very strong looking drive unit. It's got this nice blue into the grey. I like the way the grey then sort of blends in. It's really good sticker here. The way they've done the two panels there to get the line going, I think it looks very strong. There is a lot of wasted space here, so this whole area here is empty, and this area here is empty too, but that is probably by design, because a lot of these trains, this whole area would be filled with batteries, diesel engine, all of those things. So there isn't actually a lot of room in there to do anything. You've got this nice big custom nose piece, which I think looks rather splendid. Just to give you a bit of a close-up on the angle there, I think that looks really, really good. I think that's a nice strong design piece they've got there. I did spot one thing I'm not happy with in this, and that is the colour of this white in that sticker, which, now I've said it, I apologise if anyone is like me and notices things and then cannot unnotice them, but it's due to the fact that it's all translucent stickers, so some of this orange is now coming through the white, as you can see, so it's not as bold as the white running down here, which is a shame because it really would finish that off, but it's not the end of the world, it's not that important. And again, I'm an adult looking at this, and kids won't care, they will absolutely love this, assuming they bother with the stickers, that is. I think it's worth bothering with the stickers, or at least that sticker, and I do like the Lego City logo that they use. So you can see this is not powered, and then this is the powered bogie here. One thing I really did like in the design of this, which I will show you, is how Lego has done the mechanism to actually get the battery in and out. So you have to take these 4 clips off, like so, and then this whole section here just lifts out, and they've used these L-shaped brackets here, and the whole thing just sits on there really, really nicely. I think it's very well done. Very easy to access, very easy to get in and out. See how easy that goes back in? And very, very secure and stable. So I like that design feature. I think that was a very, very well done bit, and it sits perfectly here. You almost wouldn't guess that that was vertical and horizontal in the way those parts are put together. So I like that. I like the unit. I think it's a very well designed locomotive unit. So next up we have the 2 passenger cars. They look very similar, as you would expect, as opposed to the previous set that had 2 very similar locomotive units. They look basically identical from the outside, with the exception of the dining cart sticker and the seating sticker. They both have the same water, oil, electrical and maintenance stickers underneath, and the same Lego City train transport sticker on there. So they are identical from the outside, even down to the roof parts are the same. But inside is a very different story. So let's open this one up and have a look. The roofs are very solid, by the way. I was impressed by how well these were made. They came apart really easily, come off really easily. They work really well. So here is the inside of the dining cart. Now let's see if we can get a decent close-up of that. There we go. So we can see up the end here we have the dining lady lying on her side at the moment. Obviously that's not normal. There's a bit of a coffee machine, a hot dog. We've got the muffins on the top, all behind this counter here. And then there's 2 of these breakfast bar stand-up eating areas with Lego's famous croissant and cup designs there. So lots of places for the figures to stand in this one. I do like the way they filled in the holes in the bottom as well, using this bottom piece. There's 2 flat tiles in there that just fill in the holes in the deck. So that is the dining cart. I think it does its job very well. Functional, lots of room in there. I think the passengers on that train will be well served. Next up we have the seating car. Again, same roof mechanism, exactly the same the way it's put together, but you have 4 seats in there. So, as well as this little baggage storage area in the middle. So there's enough room in there for 4 minifigures to sit comfortably. As you can see, you could probably extend that to get 6 seats in there quite easily, but Lego's gone with 4. I think it's fine. There's not really a lot else to say about that. It's fairly simple inside. But I think it looks, again, I think the carriages look great. I think the whole train looks great. I apologise, I've got a bit of a cold, so I'm going to sneeze now. So here are our 4 minifigures. Starting from the left, we have the driver in his matching blue coveralls to the train. He's got his Lego City Transport logo, pen in there, tie, nice beard. I think it's a really good looking piece personally. Next up we've got, I'm guessing he's meant to be a teenage boy traveling. He's got his classic Lego space t-shirt on. Side note, I really hope all these little references to classic Lego space means they might come back one day. Hint hint, Lego, hint hint. But again, great figure, great color choices there. I like the blue, red and white combination personally. Next up we have the dining cart lady, sorry, with her blue coveralls and a steaming coffee mug on the front there. And then next up we have a female passenger with a very fetching white and green outfit on there, great smile on her face. The two girls have got great headpieces there, just round the back. There's not a lot to really write home about here. The pieces are all finished off. You can see a bit more detail on the two headpieces, which I think look great. They're just standard Lego ones in normal colours, and no second prints on any of those. So yeah, I think they're really good. They suit the set well, simple. You know, always would be nice to have more than that, but what can we say? Lego's obviously got to keep the price down somehow, so they do that. Next up though, I am going to show you one more piece of this, which is it going to show? Come on. Doesn't want to focus. Come on. Come on. Really doesn't want to focus. Well, there's one final piece of note with the minifigures, which is this little suitcase that the passenger lady comes with, again in a nice green, but most importantly inside it there is the little Lego set that someone's going to be given as a gift by their friend, or it might be for her own set, who knows. So here's the train on my track. What I'm going to show you is, first of all, the new controller and it compared to the old style controller. So on the left we have the old style power functions controller, and on the right the new Bluetooth style one. Now I'm not actually going to use this for my demo, but I'll show you it anyway how it works. So you can actually rotate these around. The idea of that is you can connect it to two motors, say one at the front and one on the back carriage, and have them effectively be that be plus, that be minus. It's not quite the same as the old system of daisy chaining them together, but it solves the problem in the interim. I'm sure Lego has a better solution than that in the pipeline, but anyway, the green button in the middle you use to pair it, and I'll show you how that works, but I'm going to show you the demo on my phone because I prefer doing it on the phone. I think the controller is much better on there and a lot more fun. So let's show you how easy this is to do. Here is my phone. You can see it's got the support for the Batman vehicle as well, but we'll hit on City, which should, come on, take me in to show you the passenger train and the cargo train. So we'll select that one. Now it's coming up telling me to press the button on the train, so I shall do that, which is on the top here. And as if by magic, we should be linked. And there we go, it's swapped over to show you the controller for the train. So we've got the same plus minus here, and the stop. I do like the inclusion of the stop button. I have used that a lot on the old one. I used to just have to jump for it and hit the power button. But on this one you hit stop button, or you can hit the brake using these sound effects and go, oh, helps if you take your phone out of mute. And stop. It's quite good fun. We've got various sounds on here. Ready to depart. Train crossing, stopping, going through a tunnel. So let's show the train in action. So we'll start off hitting the plus. You can hear the motor going. 2, 3, 4, 5. You have a really good control of the train with this system. Now I've seen a lot of people running the train at speed 10 on the loop that comes with it. I have discovered that when this hits 9 it comes flying off my track over the side onto the floor. So I'm not going to do that. But I'll show you the train stopping and see if I can do it in unison. So we'll do a... Oh, I missed the button, no. You hate live demos when they do that. Let's bring it around again. There we go, got it that time. There's our train stopped. And we'll set him going again. So I'm a big fan of how this system works. I think Bluetooth is a great change for this train. I don't have to worry about line of sight on this at all. I've got that extra control with the stop, the sound effects. I can see Lego's probably going to add to this. So I really like this control system, and I kind of want to upgrade my old cargo train to use the same system, if I'm honest. But it's probably been a bit over the top. I don't know, but a few other people have said how much they like this system, so we shall see. Anyway, that wraps up showing you on the track. I just love watching this thing go. It's such a great looking train in my opinion. So let's go and do the wrap up of this now. So to wrap up this review, the set comes in at quite a high price per part, but already retailers are competing to sell these and discounting them, so you will get it at a discounted price in most shops already. Is it worth upgrading from the old train to the new one? Personally, I like the way this one looks, and it's also worth upgrading for the Bluetooth system in my opinion. I think it's a much needed upgrade. The IR system worked well. I know there are a lot of true believers and fans in that. It does have some limitations around the number of ports and things like that that are on the controller, whereas the old one you could stack the power bits, but on this one you can only use 2. So I wonder if there will be a solution to that in the future from Lego. Be interesting to see if you can do a daisy chain thing. You get a good size amount of track. The loop you can build with it is pretty big. The buildings that come with it, as usual with a passenger train, are quite limited, so you'll want to build something a bit more substantial than what you get. But in terms of playability and features, I think you get a dining cart and a passenger cart. I think there's 2 lots of playability there. You can take the entire side off if you want to do what Lego's done with these shots. You probably wouldn't, to be honest. You would just open the lids like this. Quite funny that they've done that, but one thing that is missing, as a few people have pointed out, is there are no doors on the trains, but that happens. If you use the iPhone app for controlling it, it's a lot more interesting because you can make the sounds and things as I showed in my video. But there's a lot of features in this. You're going to need to add it to a city. It's probably not the best thing to have just on its own. It needs to be used with a city, with other sets. So from that point of view, I can't recommend it. But if you have a city or if you have other trains, I can highly recommend it. So to wrap up, I like this set. I like the design direction. I like the decision to have 2 carriages rather than 2 locomotive units. I think it makes much more sense. I like the way the train looks. I like the parts, I like the figures. I do like the new Bluetooth system as well, and I'm sure Lego will be upgrading that through software. I like the fact you can do it through your phone. It solves a lot of the problems. I highly recommend this set. I don't like the price, but then Lego trains are generally expensive, but retailers are already discounting it, so you won't have a problem picking this up for a very good price if you look around. I hope you enjoyed this review. Write a comment if you did. Write a comment if I missed something or you disagree with something. And if you're not a subscriber, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys.